The first thing you would notice, the absolute overwhelming sensory input that blots out all others, is the sheer, incomprehensible pressure. Your plunge into Uranus begins not with a splash, but with a silent, violent compression. There is no surface to speak of. The atmosphere simply thickens from a tenuous gas to a supercritical fluid so gradually and yet so insistently that you are inside the planet's embrace before you even consciously register the transition. The beautiful, placid, blue-green sphere you saw from the void, that serene marble of swirling aquamarine, is a lie. It is a visual trick played by methane in the upper atmosphere, a serene mask over a churning, violent giant. You were falling at terminal velocity, but in an atmosphere this dense, that velocity is agonizingly slow, a stately, brutal descent into a pressure cooker the size of Earth itself. The outside view is a maelstrom of fading light and screaming winds, a hurricane that stretches across a world, but you can't hear the wind itself. The sound is your own body, or rather the sound of the environment acting upon it. It's a deep, groaning, creaking sound, a metallic stress noise as your hypothetical spacecraft, or worse, your suit, begins to protest. The temperature here, in the upper cloud decks of hydrogen and helium, is shockingly cold, dipping hundreds of degrees below 0 Fahrenheit, a cold so intense it feels like a burning sensation. But you are falling through these layers in minutes, and the environment transforms faster than your mind can process. The initial breathtaking vistas of immense weather systems, cloud bands larger than continents, storms that rage for centuries, are now gone, replaced by a deep, pervasive, and utter darkness. The light from the distant sun, already over 1 billion miles away and feeble as a faint star, has been completely extinguished by the incredible depth and density of the atmosphere above you. You are now in the abyssal plane of the sky, and the only illumination is the faint, eerie glow of your instruments, reflecting off the condensation now freezing and boiling simultaneously on your viewport. This is where the magic and the horror truly begins. We've entered the realm of Uranus's ice, not frozen water, but a hot, dense, slushy fluid of water, ammonia, and methane ices. The pressure is now millions of times that of Earth's sea level, and the temperature, paradoxically, begins to skyrocket, driven not by sunlight, but by the immense press of gravity, reaching thousands of degrees. And in this infernal, dark pressure cooker, something miraculous and terrifying happens. It begins to rain diamonds. The methane gas, CH4, compressed and heated beyond any earthly benchmark, shatters. The carbon atoms are squeezed free from their hydrogen bonds, and in the unimaginable pressure are forced into a crystalline lattice, diamond. These aren't gemstones you could ring. They're likely microscopic, razor-sharp shards, a glittering, abrasive hail falling endlessly through the dark fluid around you. They are a precipitate in a planetary-sized chemical reaction, a constant, sinking glitter of carbon. Imagine the sound they would make against your hull, a faint, constant, high-pitched ping-shh, like a hyperactive Geiger counter, the sound of 1 billion microscopic impacts scoring and etching your descent. You are falling through a diamond hailstorm in the dark, under pressures that would crush a nuclear submarine into a metallic speck, in a fluid that is both scorchingly hot and yet not a gas, not a liquid, but something in between. This is the heart of the ice giant, a realm where chemistry and physics behave in ways that seem more like alchemy, and your fall is a journey through a forge that creates the universe's most sought-after gem as a mere, common byproduct. Your descent begins to slow further, not because you've reached a bottom, but because the medium through which you are falling has become almost impossibly dense. You are no longer falling through a gas, or even a supercritical fluid. You have, without any fanfare or dramatic boundary, entered an ocean. But this is no ocean like on Earth. This is a global ocean, tens of thousands of miles deep, that makes the Mariana Trench look like a puddle. It is a vast interior sea that comprises the bulk of Uranus itself, a layer of hot ionic water mixed with ammonia under conditions so extreme that the very word water loses its meaning. The pressure is now so immense that the molecules are packed with a ferocious intimacy, creating a substance that is both a scorching liquid and a corrosive solvent with the density of rock. The temperature here is estimated to be around 5,000 degrees Celsius, over 9,000 degrees Fahrenheit, but the water does not boil. It cannot boil. The pressure is too great to allow a gaseous phase to form. You are suspended in a form of matter that cannot exist naturally anywhere on the surface of Earth. This is the realm of supercritical water, a state of matter that is a thermodynamic nightmare and a chemist's dream. Here, water loses its polarity. It no longer acts as the universal solvent we know. Its hydrogen bonds break down under the extreme energy and pressure, and it becomes a fantastic solvent for, well, other things, like your ship or you. The material integrity of any known substance would be tested to its absolute limit here. Metals would corrode and dissolve into this savage medium. Plastics and ceramics would break down into their constituent atoms. This ocean would not just melt an intruder, it would chemically dismantle it, atom by atom, holding the pieces in a searing, dense solution. And yet, within this hellish broth, scientists posit there could be the precursors to life. The crushing pressure and heat could facilitate previously unknown chemical pathways, creating complex organic molecules in the dark. There is no energy from the sun here, but there is tremendous thermal and kinetic energy from the planet's formation and gravitational compression. Could there be something living? Not as we know it, but perhaps something that exists as a stable pattern in the chaos, a self-organizing chemical reaction that persists in the eternal hot darkness. The thought is simultaneously terrifying and electrifying. You are adrift in a planetary-scale laboratory, a cauldron where the rules are written by giants. The experience inside this ocean would be one of profound sensory deprivation and overwhelming physical force. There is no light. There is no sound, except perhaps the deep subsonic groan of the planet itself, a vibration you feel in your bones more than hear with your ears. There is no up or down. Gravity is still pulling you toward the core, but in a fluid this dense, your descent has slowed to a glacial pace. You are suspended in a perfect, absolute blackness, cocooned in a substance that is simultaneously trying to crush you, dissolve you, and cook you. The only sense of movement comes from vast, lazy currents, thermohaline circulation on a planetary scale that might carry you sideways for thousands of miles over centuries. This is not a place for visitors. It is a place for planetary scientists and their probes, a realm that can only be understood through equations and simulations. To be inside it is to be inside the machine of a world, a component in an engine of heat and pressure that has been running for over 4.5 billion years. After an eternity falling through the supercritical ocean, a change would begin to occur. The composition of the fluid around you would subtly shift. The concentration of silicates and iron would increase. You are approaching the end of the line, the core of Uranus. Unlike the hard, distinct iron-nickel core of Earth, the core of an ice giant is poorly understood. It's not a neat, separate sphere. It's likely a fuzzy or diffuse core, a gradual transition from the ionic ocean into a denser, rocky, icy material that is perhaps no larger than Earth, but containing the mass of several. The pressure peaks here at millions of atmospheres, and the temperature could rival that of the surface of the sun. This is the heart of the world, the original seed around which the vast envelope of gas and ice accumulated billions of years ago during the formation of the solar system. To reach it would be to touch the planet's origin story.
Emerging from this journey, even just in our minds, changes everything. Uranus is not a boring, static world. It is a universe of physical paradoxes, a world of ice that is scorching hot, a world that creates diamonds is common hail, a world with a dissolving ocean hidden beneath a calm facade. This thought experiment is a testament to human curiosity. It's the same drive that led us to discover the laws of physics and send probes to the stars. We may never physically journey to such places, but by asking, "What if?" we send our minds where our bodies cannot go. We uncover the incredible, dynamic stories hidden within every point of light in our sky. So the next time you look up and see that faint blue-green star, you'll know. You're looking at a world of fiery ice, diamond rain, and a violent past, forever rolling around the sun as a monument to an ancient cosmic crash.